Most people live on repeat week after week, wondering why nothing is changing. But the secret isn't really doing more, it's reviewing better. And it's simple, and it only takes about 10 minutes a week to do this, so that's what I wanted to show you in today's video. Really, it's not complicated. It just takes 3 little steps. I usually do it on Sunday evening. But the 3 ideas that you want to do in your weekly review is to reflect, to learn, and then to plan. So in step 1 on reflecting, you're just looking back over your planner, your journal, your pocket notebook, whatever you personally use kind of during the week to keep up with your stuff. You're just going to look over the past week and review it. What went good? What went bad? And then after you've done that reflection, then you just basically want to review it and learn from it. So if something went good or if something went bad, what did you learn from it and what can you change going forward into the next week? And then the third thing I do is just plan. So after you've done a reflection of the week and after you've reviewed it, learned from it, you know what needs to change. Well, then when you're planning your next week, you know, okay, I need to tweak this, I need to tweak that. What I recommend doing on the weekly review is to keep yourself consistent in it. Do it around the same time each week. I usually like to do it at like 6 or 7 o'clock on Sunday because personally on my weekly planning, I always start everything on Monday. I know some people like to start on Sunday. It's just an OCD thing, I guess, for me to do my planning from Monday through Sunday. Now, if you're not already doing some type of something with a notebook throughout the week for your planning, for your organization, you can see how doing a weekly review would be a challenge because you don't have anything written down to review, to reflect on, to learn from, or to plan from. So if you're in a place where you like the idea of keeping a notebook, I've got a free resource for you that you can get. The link is below in the video description and it's called Pocket Size Productivity. And it will show you how you can use a little pocket notebook as a journal, as a planner. And by doing this, what I've found in my own life and maybe what you have found as well, is if I don't do some kind of consistent weekly review, then the bad habits that I develop will compound over time. So what you don't want is you don't want a month, a quarter, a whole year to go by and in a year you're like, how did I get here? How did I do this? When it can all be avoided by just doing simply weekly reviews, keeping yourself accountable and having, a plan for yourself. The idea that I always talk about is not just being consistent, but being intentional about being consistent. One thing that I would challenge you to do is to find someone that you can be accountable with so that if you're wanting to make a change on something in your life for the next week, you can tell your wife or your friend or a coworker, hey, I'm trying to work on this. If you see me doing X, will you slap me upside the head? Will you send me a text? Just something to keep you accountable. Usually if I'm trying to do something like cut sugar, I'll tell my wife, hey, I'm trying to not eat sugar until Friday night. And that way, if we're at the grocery store and it's like a Tuesday evening and I'm reaching for Bluebell, she's like, eh. And I'm like, I really want it. They have new flavor. But adding that little extra level of accountability for sure helps. Something else that I would recommend that you do if you're feeling stuck is just pray for direction. Ask God, what is your will for me? I think sometimes we get frustrated because we're trying to make something work, but it may not be a plan that He has for us. And that's why we're frustrated. That's why we're stuck, is because we're trying to make something happen that He never asked us to do. Now, when you go to do your weekly review, if you are using a journal, you can just draw a line under your last journal entry, put your weekly review right in there, and then start the next week. If you're using a pocket planner or pocket notebook, same thing, just wherever you are, just use a page or half a page to do your reflection, to do your learning, and to do your planning for the next week, and then just build out your next week on the page. Again, not complicated, just something to keep you on track week to week. I know when I don't do this, I really feel off track, and especially if I'm not sharing where I'm wanting to go with my spouse or somebody to kind of help me stay accountable, or if I'm not praying for direction, if I'm not including God in what I'm trying to do, it just makes for a frustrating week. So I hope this video helps you as you're doing a weekly review or wanting to know where to start. Again, if you want the free pocket-sized productivity, I'll put that link below. If you like this video, you might check this one out next. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.